game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. Quick shout out, no show tomorrow and Friday for sure, as I had to do something with my car and I'm going to go build a gravel road. But today I'm actually really excited to be checking out a game that I thought would be doing substantially better than it is right now. That is Goat Simulator, the card game, which is currently the 47th most popular game on Kickstarter right now. Now, I was expecting this to do a lot more because it's based on the immensely popular video game Goat Simulator, which has sold millions of copies, I do believe, and this is a chaotic 2 to 6 player card game almost exclusive about goats. So that tells me nothing. It doesn't tell me the mechanisms, it tells me the player count. I would love to know more. I'd love to see some cards. I'd like something here. They pretty much just went with the tried and true method of, hey, we have an intellectual property that we believe people really, really want, so we don't have to do very much on our main image. And so they didn't do very much on their main image, except, hey, we're here. Never a good start. You can always showcase a lot more, your price, your components, more, like something else. And I don't know what that something else is. Now, it's raised $59,000. It's going to happen. But at the end of the day, we see video game IP games do way, way, way better than this all the time. Now, granted, this is a card game, so I'm curious to go back through the annals of Kickstarter history and see what other video game card games we could draw a comparison to. But, as always in the video, I'm thinking three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? And I have played Goat Simulator quite a few times. My kids really enjoy it. I enjoy the game for what it is. I don't know what to expect out of this game. Let's go. 86 seconds.
Howdy, partner. Glad you're still awake. We got ourselves in a bit of a pickle here. You see the goats? They're loose. They are strapping on jetpacks and causing all sorts of chaos. And I reckon you might want to partake. Here's the deal. You gotta play goats, gear them up, and harvest points to become the greatest goat in town. Meanwhile, you gotta sabotage your rivals and squash their nasty schemes.
The music's very loud. I think subtitles would be good for here, or turning down the music or the sound effects. Something needs to be turned down while the voice needs to be up, or the same voice. I do like how they showcase a lot of cards, though.
First, you gotta wrangle some goats for your herd and toss the goat plushie 9,000.
So once again, I go back to that main image and how trash I thought it was. Why don't you showcase a goat plushie? Right? Cool. Artwork. Neat. Cards. Neat. Goat plushie for Goat Simulator. Okay, now we're in. Now, me being a fan of Goat Simulator, who's probably not going to want to play the card game because I like video games more, will be like, ooh, at least there's this really cool goat that I want as an add-on. I imagine this would be massively popular. My kids would love this goat, and they know immediately what this goat is from, even though I imagine that's going to fall off pretty soon. But at the end of the day, I go back to that main image and just say how much I hate it, because this is what you're selling right here. This catches your eye. This gets people with kids in the door much more likely than just another video game IP card game, and yet you don't showcase it at all. You're just like, hey, artwork. You don't even mention it in the description. I feel like that's a big misstep. At least it's in the video. And this is part of the game as well. This is something you actually throw, because that's popular. I know there's a couple games that I see at Target from the people who do Exploding Kids, I believe, that are throwing games. It's a very popular mechanism now, especially on the mass market. So showcase your components!
Then, you equip your goats in marvelous gear. Each gear piece unleashes chaos on your rivals, like headbutting the goat right out of the game, making everyone swap hands, while allowing you to draw.
Okay, so it's a big mass market cluster. Don't get used to your hand. You know, just fun, light sort of thing. Not much strategy, because the strategy is going to be mitigated almost immediately by the cards people play sort of game, which is exactly what we were probably most expecting for Goat Simulator. So this is the game that I expected to be. It doesn't seem like they're hitting their market as much as they'd like to, I would imagine.
All new cards! Be the first to get a goat fully in one color, and you got yourself a goat coronation. Trust me, that's gonna rile up your rivals real good if you're feeling super duper.
Does that mean I won? Or is the Goat Serenation like a second aspect of the game where something neat happens?
Destructive, you can unleash chaos cards to shake things.
I don't know. I legit don't know, because you just pivoted to something else. I think that's the end of the game. I think that's how you win. You get all the same color, then the thing. Okay.
Up, send rival goats on wild goose chases, or even sacrifice a glorious goat. Don't forget to keep an eye on your secret mission cards. Nail those objectives, and you'll score extra points. What are you waiting for? Back the game. Grab your goats, and let's turn this pig.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be in the box. Why wouldn't you at least showcase the box, or showcase this, or showcase more of the artwork on the cards? Or
It's a complete chaos party.
yeah, that's the thing. Get rid of that stupid now live. We don't need that trash. I mean, it's nice if you're using it as the advertisement, but that shot right there, I feel like that's a much better main image than what we have by a mile. So 59,000 bucks. It's happening. Congratulations. But I can't, like, this is so, like, maybe I'm just over simulated copy sold. Maybe I'm just over thinking how popular Goat Simulator is. So 1 million copies. Within 4 months, the game generated more revenue than all of Coffee Stain's games ever. To date, the game has sold almost 1 million copies. Okay, so almost 1 million copies. So this is a very large game. Like, because it's also a multiplayer game. You can easily play with 2, 3, 4 people. So yeah, I would expect, and I can't help but think it's just that plushie, like that shot right there, or the price, because I imagine we're gonna have a good price. All right, so we got 4 people here. Developing and publishing only the best high-quality tabletop games every single time. So they did the the Deep Rock Galactic. That one was huge. That was a massive one. Fall of Gods. So this is all the stuff they've done. Wow, okay. Let's make sure people got their stuff. So we always check here. I don't think this one is out yet. Let's double check, see. Announcement, Goat Simulator, the card game, is live. These 5 comments will tell us everything I need to know, generally. While we are on unrelated campaign, please don't launch the next DRG expansion campaign until after the tariff stuff settles down. This is only not related to DRG at this point. I'd say you're trying to alienate your potential customers. I need even the tiniest teaser of something for the new expansion. Okay, mixed bag there. New expansion for Deep Rock Galactic, the board game. Ah, okay. I'm hyped, fingers crossed. Rock and Stone, never got your satisfaction from the different back card problems. Yeah. Okay, so this one has shipped out, which means that the original one has shipped out, which means the Fall of Gods probably shipped out long ago. 114 comments. Yeah, that one's out. Never received my physical books. Yeah, 2 years ago. So can you do it? Yeah, I'm not particularly worried about it because all this stuff is a really long time ago. All right. Just got done packing everything. Wanted to confirm on the card supply to the second edition upgrade. Need to replace the existing. Cool. They're in here. They're doing customer service. Looks good. Good. So can you do it? Yes. Do I want it? Yeah, I do for the GOAT. Like, honestly, like, the card game might just sit on my shelf and never get played ever, or get thrown away at some point, or traded to math trade without it, or something. But that GOAT's money. Like, that GOAT sells this if the price is appealing, which I imagine it is going to be, because I imagine they're going to mass produce the living snot out of this because it's a massively popular game. I also love the fact that we don't lead off with the price. Just, I know it's over here, but it's an extra click if you're on iOS or mobile, and this is your story, not that you chose to organize it at all. So I'm going to be grading you extra harsh on how your story is, because this is how you wanted to present it to people, and you didn't take the time, despite the fact you have 4 people here. Graphic, artist, so really 2 people here who most likely would come in here and do it. But these graphic artists and artists, they could look at the page and be like, yeah, like this is just, that just feels lazy. That has been around for over a year, and you just chose not to use it because, yeah, we got Goat Simulator. I said to Goat, it's a dead serious card game with the Goat Simulator. Yeah, I got it. Let's go. Because the game looks fun. The game looks exactly what I expected it to be based on, it being a Goat Simulator card game. And that's fine. I thought the video was really good, too, for what it is. Now I just want to know the cards, the components, and the price. Hey, there's a guy doing the thing with the goat. Okay, we got younger goats at home. We've got you covered with a kid-friendly game mode. That's a great thing to mention in the video then, or way earlier, right? Like, especially since I said right from the jump, if you showcase this properly, which I don't think they are, and showcase that the beanbag goat to me, or the price, Jesus, is $23. Yeah, this is a full point grade bump down. That main image is just. There's so many amazing things to showcase, and you showcase nothing but artwork. And hey, we exist. Yeah, because $23. Like, you can't slap that on there. Or if you want to put the 20 euros, if you don't want to put, like, that's such a fantastic price. Now, inevitably, you're going, and that comes with the GOAT, too. Oh, but you got a Dice Tower preview, so we just assumed that would do all the world heavy lifting. And here's
this
how
amazing game.
It's 1:11, so it's short, but we have a how to play in theory. We have a preview. I defeated Napoleon with a single goat. Said the Duke of Wellington. Ha ha ha! I thought it was actually going to be a relevant, useful quote from the video you just put in front of me, and it's actually nothing. It's stupidity that doesn't do anything for anyone, except maybe it's a joke for the game. That's cool, but I'd much rather feel more comfortable about your game, who designed your game, and what people said about your game, why people like your game. Or, you know, at this point, I suppose the price of the game, because once again, if you're on iOS or mobile, you don't see this. Here it is. Finally, we got to it. Now, if only you could just put that in there. Like, you have the time. You could do it. Rewards, retail edition, $20. That's a fantastic price. I'm in. I don't even need to know the number of cards at this point because that's like this should be selling candy to a baby. Then we have the exclusive fancy box. Once again, thank you for not showcasing this deluxe collector's box that's only $30 to the video game enthusiast who might just happen to be browsing Kickstarter and see this. Like, now I kind of want to see your advertisements as well and what they look like. The fact that you didn't know that you should showcase the super awesome goat tin, which, by the way, I'm just now seeing 11 minutes into it. Like, we couldn't, like, and the plush, like, oh, it just makes me hate it. And then we don't even mention how many cards it is, which just feels lazy. Like, that'd be nice to know. That's just the industry standard. So now we got that, and that's $34. That's not bad at all. I'm in, right? I'm in. Then we got this, so it's an extra 20. What am I getting? What am I getting different? Queen Goat wooden tokens, neoprene playmat, the large throwable plushie. Okay, so this is like a deluxeification, but then it's also a deluxeification of the plushie. Interesting. I think that'll be the most popular one, unless there's one that keeps going, because this is a relatively fun pledge area once we get to it. So there's 3 main pledges. I imagine that's going to be the big one. 70, 259, and then 698. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And that makes sense. That's 10 to 1. That's what I say. Power's law. 7 or 10 times to 1. So they hit it without even advertising it very well at all until you just get here. So imagine if you advertise this right from the jump. It's like, oh yeah, it's $20. It gets you a plushie. Oh, but by the way, you want to get the extra 10. You get the special, really cool one to showcase. And if you really want to go with the extra, you want to go up, 37, you can get this massive plushie in addition to the regular plushie, in addition to blah, 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 the deluxeifications. That's a really great price. That is MSRP, folks. Let's take a step back and say that $57 is MSRP for a game, $60. And you're getting the deluxeified, the big thing. That's a great deal. And the fact that it's just showcased so incredibly poorly. But at least when you get here, you get to see it. Like, once we get here, it's nice. But, like, get yourself a big neon sign. Oh, so now you're showcasing the relative size of that. Oh, that's way bigger than I thought it was. Cool. Maybe that could be up higher, you know? Maybe when I first see it, or maybe earlier on to let me know about how there's a cool one. And then we have achievements, completed achievements. So this is no stretch goals, just GOAT goals. Team as a community and unlock new content through challenges on our platform. So cool. What do we get? More cards. I put this up higher. I always say this. Once you launch a Kickstarter, when you launch a Kickstarter, your goal is to get funded. Once you get funded, what's your goal? It's to hit stretch goals or GOAT goals, whatever stupid crap you're calling them here, unlocks, whatever it may be. So spotlight them, put them up higher. That makes the price even easier to swallow. And the price already was really easy to swallow. Granted, we haven't got shipping, but I don't imagine it's terrible. But then again, there's been a lot of terror lately in shipping. So they're trying to do, yeah, they're literally taking from the Exploding Kittens playbook, way so back when they had people doing weird stuff on social media. I love the fact that you didn't like make this clickable at all to even send me to it, and I also love the fact that you buried it here all the way on the bottom, and I also love the fact that you didn't even have this on the side. You could fill up, oh, special GOAT goals to unlock, community engagement, anything like that. You tried to make this as hard to find as possible. I literally have to scroll through every single thing, and as I always say, your game is not special. Now, your game is more special because you have an intellectual property, but there's 200 other games. Like I said, there's 46 other games right now that are more popular in Kickstarter's eyes than your games, at least based on whatever metrics they use. Oh, and now we get to see the components. Cool. I love when they separate that, so no one ever. So what is it? 68 cards, 90. So I was expecting like 50 cards. This is like 100 plus cards. Yeah, this is 150-ish cards. You shortchange yourself with that picture. That picture up top looks like it's a lot less than 52 cards. Like, when you show me this, when you're like, oh, here it is, I'm like, oh, that looks like a 52-card tuck box. I'm just going to, like, yeah, I feel like everything about this project just feels like it could have been better. And it just should have been better. Just like little obvious things. So what is this? These are the stuff. Oh, these are the stuff you're trying to sell me up there. These are the things that I need to get. More cards, cool. Yeah, I want them. We're shipping early 2026. Shipping to the United States is, we got 3 pledges. We got 3 things, 9, 10, 10 to 17. Okay, fine. Feels fine. So I'm in and out the door. Less than 30 bucks. If I really want that one pledge, 32. This is nice. This is nice. Mood Publishing. Welcome to our little crew. Little creative. That is not little. 1, 2, 3. That's a lot of people for a board game company. Yeah. That makes me think that they were expecting a good deal more from this. Like, and I can see why. Like, if you just looked at a lot of what they have in a vacuum, if you're just like, all right, put every single piece of Kickstarter stuff they have and line it up, they got all the check marks. They got a lot of stuff checkbox, but it's just the showcasing of it. Nah, not at all. Is the game only printed in English? How do I apply for the 24-hour coin? Could I change my pledge? Okay. Let's check out the updates. You've been crushing the achievement levels. First community achievement unlocked. Launch campaign and fixed shipping shown. So that was that one. Goat Simulator, the card game is live. We've worked on the project for a long time and can finally share it with you. We've had a technical issue with the shipping rate placeholder being shown when you choose a pledge. The rate shouldn't have been visible yet. Goat nearly exploded from my eyes when I saw the shipping price. Thank you for the peace of mind. Thanks for fixing it quickly. So that feels, yeah, okay. Small mistake, but like, there's a small mistake right there, and they fixed it, but how many people clicked on it day one? Because they were excited about Goat Simulator, and they're like, oh, that price sucks. I'm out. And they just don't come back. I redid my pledge when my shipping went from 30 to 0 for Canada. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm questioning. Like, I don't know. But it's like, little stuff like that makes a difference. And then we have really unengaging. Like, you have 900 people here. You know. You have 1,000 people here, and you know something about these people. What do you know about these people? They like Goat Simulator, and yet you don't have more than 2 comments. That means whoever's doing your social media and doing your updates is not even trying to engage with your audience, which is probably why you're 47th in popularity. You can't just set it and forget it. Like, this looks so... And then so you did it the first 4, and then look, this is just a prepackaged, yeah, we made this weeks or a month in advance. Here we go. And then, yeah, the way you get nothing except because we didn't ask for anything, right? And thanks for not making it clickable either. But you made Mood Publishing clickable. I could go to your website. Thank you for making that clickable. I really appreciate that. The other things where I wanted to try and help the project to unlock new goals and cards, really share you on social media, can't make that one clickable. Sorry. Not within our we also don't, like, just, ugh. It's so many little things that they just add up and up and up and up and up. So when you've been on like 4 or 5 dates with someone back in the day, and it's be like, man, I just can't be with you. This is just so incredibly little things that just. Hi again. I still have a question. Is this tin box protected against corrosion over time? I'm investigating that right now. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. There seems to be options to purchase a separate big Pilgor plush, but if I get the metal tin to feed the goats that already comes with a big Pilgor, how can I get a mini Pilgor that can be used for stealth operations? You'll also get the small goat. Wow. I assume that, I inferred that, but that's one thing that, yeah, you would want to spotlight there too, mate. Like, it feels obvious. I'm curious to see what any comments, any negative comments. Doesn't look like it. Said I missed the coin, but happy to be here. Just people who are excited for the project. And I bet we're going to have a higher number of new people than we typically would. Yeah, 161. That's a great number. That's why I firmly believe Kickstarter will end up beating GameFound, because at the end of the day, Kickstarter's still bringing in numbers on every single project. This is the 47th most popular project on Kickstarter right now. Kickstarter's been around over a decade, and we're still bringing in 161 people new just for this project. So that's awesome for Kickstarter. That also means that their advertising is going well, and that also makes me wonder how many people did exactly that they got to that shipping section on day 1 and were like, this sucks, I'm out. And you think they're going to come back and look at the updates? Like, you got one shot, and that sucks. Yeah, like, this whole thing just feels like a rough draft that really just needed someone to come in here and be like, all right, let's run some other ideas over the table. Let's go look at industry standard a little bit and see where we do things. It just, like, whoever was supposed to do that, that's lazy. Like, and I'm going to prove it to you right now. I'm going to prove to you how lazy that is, and prove to myself how lazy that is. I feel like it's simply inexcusable, and it makes you look bad. It makes you look freaking bad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the 10 most popular. And these are all board games. Every single one of these are board games. That's an epic jigsaw puzzle. You can get the hell out of here. I don't care about you, and I never will. That looks like a game. That's an RPG book. That's a game. And I bet you all these are going to use this right here. Yep, because it makes it so much easier, and you just chose not to. Just like you chose not to do quite a few other small things. And as a result, that was not a fun project to go through as a Goat Simulator fan who plays with my kids and will one day probably end up with this game, especially if it hits retail, which I imagine is their goal, because I don't think anybody... Yeah, I bet we could go through 20. Like, that is just so... Like, really? You got 4 people on there, and I know 2 of them are artists, but you couldn't find the time? Yeah. Final grade for Goat Simulator is not good. Do I want it? Yes. As a Goat Simulator fan, I feel like the video was decent enough. It was decent enough. I expected what I got. I don't think it's going to be a particularly good game as a gamer. Like, I imagine I'll play it a couple times and be like, too random, too take thatty. Like, fine. Do I want it? Can you do it? Yeah, I'm not worried about that. It's a very simple card game to make with the amount of cards it has. None of the components look terribly difficult, except for the plushie, which I imagine they have a plushie person because they've done other stuff with video games before, whatever. Not particularly concerned about that. Can you do it? Yes. Then how much is it? It has a really good price. It is a really good price that I feel like you wasted and squandered by not spotlighting it well at all. There's no quotes at all to tell me about why I want this game. There's nothing mentioning the designer of this game or like, oh yeah, let's see, we have talked to the people at Goat Simulator and they played this and they thought this was great because it really recreates the feel. Like, we don't even have the somewhat useless content creator quotes that all pretty much say the exact same thing of, yeah, it feels like the video game, or if you like the video game, you'll like this. Like, those, yes, those don't go a long way with most people. But a couple of them do, and you just don't have any. Also, that says 3 to 6. Your thing says 2 to 6, which is, well, why would I expect anything else? We put the preview up 6 days ago. We got yes. Indeed. That guy deserves a tip. Yeah, final grade, not good. Goat Simulator is a... I graded something on a bell curve for being an indie game last time. I feel like I should grade something on a bell curve for not, because they have done other massive projects, right? Like other big projects. They have quite a few people working here, especially for a board game company. Especially for a board game company, not for like a regular video game company or anything, but for like a board game company, they got a lot of mouths to feed. And I can't imagine they're that happy with that number. Because Goat Simulator. And like going through it, like I can't, like I'm trying to spotlight what I feel like they did great. It's like the graphic design's awesome. They showcased the art. Yeah, just if you get there, I think you got them, but I feel like you really screwed up getting them there. I'm gonna go with a C minus. I think C minus is fair. Like, the decision to not showcase the super cool tin or the goat on the main image, yeah, I went over it. I went over it at nauseam. Just a lot. Oh, see our products. How are they rated? Oh, these are clickable. Yeah, if you want to go buy something, sure. Or you want to go to our website. Yeah, so that's the other thing. So highly rated are these? Because I don't feel like you really spotlighted your track record, per se. Oh, it's not out yet. Okay, that's why. Well, it doesn't have enough ratings. So, yeah, that's... Okay, yeah. Whatever. Hey, Battleship. I like Battleship. I got an electronic 2-player Battleship I want to bust up. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Let me know in the comments below, what is your final grade for Goat Simulator, the card game? Man, I can't, like, that price is so good, and the fact that it's just not on that main image just feels like such a missed opportunity, especially when you're trying to sell to video game people who are generally going to be younger. So less disposable income, showcasing that price, screwing up with, yeah, C minus. Let me know in the comments below what your final grade is. Always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.